our coolest traditions, I feel like, as a society. So I was raised in a household where decorating and celebrating was important, and my parents liked to give that feeling of excitement to us, and I still have that love for just the whole kind of almost pageantry of it, but I don't really think of it in that way. It's just sort of taking time out of the everyday to have fun and just appreciate some like weird, quirky, interesting parts of our life and our society. So I feel like we're really lucky to have all these holidays. And when I first was living on my own, I was very sad that I didn't have a whole lot of money to really like go crazy with decorations, especially for Christmas. So, but really for all of the holidays, Christmas I at least had some hand-me-down stuff, and it was easy to acquire, thrifting, finding really cheap strings of lights and things like that. But for Halloween and other holidays, things can get a little more dicey. So I became really quick and close friends with the dollar store. And I don't mean the kind of dollar store where things may or may not be $1. I'm talking about the Dollar Tree is what it's called here, which is where everything in the store is $1. And they have, I don't know if this is gonna sound weird, but they have really good stuff often. Some of my favorite like drinking glasses and cups, bowls, plates that I've ever gotten have been from the dollar store. The quality, I mean, it really lasts a long time. A lot of the like ceramics and glassware and stuff. I will say that crafts like what I'm about to show you and other kind of consumables are maybe not as up to snuff, but you can get all kinds of great deals at the dollar store. So a lot of the things I'm like, why would you ever pay $6 for this somewhere else? It's the exact same thing. So anyway, with that little I don't know, I guess that was my plug for the Dollar Tree. But anyway, with that aside, I started reading a lot on the internet about budget, like crafts and ways to decorate that weren't going to cost a lot of money. And a lot of them are good, not great. Because if it's too sparse, it will still look cheap, if that makes sense. And when you're living in an apartment, there are usually huge bare walls. So if you're just making something, you can put a lot of time and effort into making a really beautiful, intricate piece of for your display. But if it doesn't cover 20 feet of wall, it kind of looks lost and not very festive. So in order to keep from feeling depressed, I decided to keep searching, keep finding things that were better than what I had known before. And over time, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at annually adding and subtracting from my decoration collection without really spending very much money at all. So every year the decorations kind of feel fresh and new and a little bit different than they were the year before. And I never really spend more than $10 or $20, including candy, for the trick-or-treaters. So it works out, I think. So a lot of what I'm going to, actually everything I'm going to show you today is from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm also going to talk to you about one idea that is not is something I know of and have done in the past. So let's get started, I guess. There are two things that I have that are more of like autumn, fall, not necessarily Halloween, and the rest of the stuff is like definitely Halloween. But whatever the case, I think it's all cute and fun. So one of the things that I saw online was dealing with, they used mason jars, and I have here just a kind of like a preserve jar. I got this at the dollar store for $1, and it's just a plain glass jar, nothing fancy about it. You could get something larger or something smaller depending on what your idea is. A lot of times on the internet they use those mason jars for these kinds of projects because I guess people just have those. But they also do sell them at a lot of places now that they're like trendy for crafts, and have been for a while actually. It's been like years, but it feels like it was just yesterday. Okay, so I got 3 of these jars, and I'm going to turn them into little festive glowing lights. So I got these maple leaves that are almost see-through. They're like not quite a solid fabric, and you can tell that a little bit better on the back, maybe. Some of the lighter colors. So there's from green all the way to like a shimmery kind of gold color, and they're, like I'm saying, they're not porous, but it's almost like if you hadn't pulled fabric together all the way. There are just holes in between all the lines of cloth that make up these leaves, which is exactly what I want. So it's a good thing to get kind of a lower end craft store leaf like that. And what I'm going to do is take those leaves and place them around the outside of the jar in different ways, probably not trying to overlap more than maybe once, so it will be a fairly sparse spread, maybe with some gaps shining through. That's fine. And I'm going to use my hot you get like 100 refills for nothing, and this just plugs right into your wall outlet. I use, you can use anything, a piece of paper towel, a towel that you rewash, a napkin, whatever, but I put down an old piece of cloth from an old DIY project, and I rest my hot glue gun on that with the stand open while it is heating and while it's hot. And there is usually some glue that just sort of continues to melt out of the gun when it's not in use, especially if you had really pulled hard on the trigger and there was a bit of a delay and you got maybe too much glue too fast. The rest of that glue is still gonna come out because it's already heated. So you do want to make sure you're not using this directly on a surface that you don't want the hot glue to get on. But other than that, it's really simple. You just squeeze the trigger until you have enough glue. It can leave small strings that kind of look like stretchy hair, which you may have seen with other glue. And that's just the dried glue kind of pulling away when you're done using it. You can kind of wipe those off. They peel away pretty easily. So I'm going to use that hot glue to press just the corners of those leaves, maybe around each of the 3 glass jars, and let them cool. And then I also bought for $1 these little votive candles, which I'll put in the jars and light, and then it will be kind of like a pretty, just backlit autumn leaves. And I plan on putting the 3 of them as a centerpiece for my kitchen table. So that'll be a nice sort of September, October, even into November. Really, that would be an appropriate thing to do. So those are, $3 plus the cost of the hot glue gun, and voila. Also, if you're not a fan of using live flames, the dollar store did have battery operated votive candles as well, which I'm sure flicker and all that kind of stuff. So after I make those maple leaf luminaries, I'm planning on making these little pumpkins, which could also serve as a centerpiece, but I think I'm not sure yet. I might string mine and use them as like a garland. But I found these floral decoration, kind of like wicker balls, and they had them in different colors, but I got them in white because I'm going to dye them orange. And then I'm going to use these mini clothespins, which I'm going to dye green, and clip onto a strand of the wicker ball to look like a little pumpkin. So since these are clothespins, you can add a fine piece of yarn or string in between the clothespin and the wicker ball to create a sort of string of garland pumpkins. Or alternatively, you can set them in a vase or on a spooky plate, some sort of they have a lot of, actually at the dollar store I saw they have these like fake spiderweb baskets, but stay inside, except for my bike ride, of course. But I stayed inside for most of the day with the blinds all drawn and the air conditioning on as low as it would go, and just watching Harry Potter and doing some little crafts like these for preparation for upcoming season change. And I've already started, not in here, there's no decoration in here yet, but in other rooms of the house I've already started hanging up little here and there things. One of those actually I brought with me, which is this cute cat. And I also got this at the dollar store. It was only $1, and it's, again, pretty good quality. It's not super flimsy, and I think it looks incredibly cute, and it comes, with a hanger already. So I hung this above my computer station. And anyhow, they have a lot of cute little stuff like that. And I've put up a few things like that, but I also worked yesterday with Rich, actually helped work on some of these little crafts from the Dollar Tree, and they have online additional ideas. So I've heard, I have not checked them out. So one thing, the thing that Rich did was to work on these little bats. So they came in a pack like this, and there are 6 in total in each pack. And I think I bought 3 packs. And I did that because I saw online, it was really cute. They had not bats like these, but paper bats that they used and looked like they're flying out of the chimney, or the inside part, the fireplace. So that looked cool, and having it going up onto the ceiling and whatnot. So we don't have a fireplace, so I decided to maybe I'll make them kind of bursting out of the corner of the television into a sort of swarm. And I wanted them to be, though, a little more fun, not so serious, just because a lot of my other decoration is more cute, not as like horror film, so I wanted it to match. But anyway, so this project, again, I used the hot glue gun. So, you get 18 bats for $3. That's really not bad, and you could probably just buy a bunch of black construction paper and make your own bats however you want to achieve a more sophisticated version of this idea. But these are the created bats. He put these together, and he asked me if he could do them however he wanted, and I wanted to see what that meant. So I said yes, and I told him to do a mix. So he did 3 or 4 of the bats normal like that, and then he made some fun ones. This was his South Park inspired bat, and then this one's kind of my favorite because he just looks so lost, but this one looks really happy. So I'm really glad that I okayed the idea of him making whatever he wanted. Just a tiny little sidebar, because I feel like it's really easy sometimes when you want things to go a certain way to sit there and hawk over people or tell them exactly how you want them to do it, or this happens too with like finishing people's sentences sometimes. appreciate what makes them different and what would surprise you if you force them to do it all the right way or the way that you think you want it to go. So just as a little note, if anything comes up in your personal life where your kids or your partner or your friends or ask if they can, take creative control, or they do, and you would normally say something to stop that from happening, just let it play out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I have these silly looking bats now, because they're definitely gonna make me laugh every time I see them. Okay, so moving on again. The last sort of thing that I have to show you is a painting kit. I have two different kinds, and I was really reluctant about these because a lot of the times when you buy paint in a dollar store setting or just a discount setting, it can be very dry and hard to work with, and sometimes the colors are just not even in the pot anymore. They can be very disappointing, but I thought, you know what, it's $1. I want to have these memories, and I want to, make these cute little things for the house, so might as well just try it. And I'm really happy actually with how the first one turned out. So I did one yesterday while we were watching Harry Potter and whatnot, and the one that I did came in a set that looks like this. This is not the one, but this is the set that I found, and it has, it's different little paint pots and a little brush and an easel and a white, it's not really cardboard, but it's kind of like almost like a baby canvas, I guess, really. That was much better quality than I thought it was going to be whatsoever. So I would say if you care about perfection, you might want to buy another brush set, because the brush that comes with it, it's hard to get into tiny corners and make good edges. So if that bothers you and you want it to be like perfect, then I would definitely get different brushes. This one's never gonna be good at fine detailed work, but even still, I had a really good time painting mine. This is what it came out like, if you can see that. And I kind of did my own thing. I didn't really follow what they wanted me to do. I just painted it how I wanted to. And I went back when I was done, and this easel is not cooperating with me. And I colored in the sort of pre-marked lines on the roof and around the window frames with a Sharpie marker, because I kind of had to paint over them in order to color everything in because of the paintbrush. So they were a little lost beneath the paint. But just going back over once with a black Sharpie really helped define all of the edges to the windows and whatnot, and I think makes it look a little more finished and polished. And these can be cute around a number of different setups. Again, this is the kind of thing that if you get something like this, and let's say you even get 2 or 3 of them, unless you have a really good spot to put them that's going to be kind of artsy, like a window sill or something like that, if this is the only decoration in your house or apartment, since it's so small, it's going to look kind of lackluster, I guess. But if you have it around, if it's strategically placed, or if you have it kind of vicinity of a larger display, then it kind of all just goes together and works fine. So I also have two that are more of a wooden look. It still comes with a paintbrush, but only 3 paints. And I actually did, one of my paints was a little dry. Unfortunately, it was the black one, which I needed for the majority of the landscape, but all I did was add some water, like gradually with the paintbrush, and keep swirling it around, and it ended up making the pigment that was there usable. So if you do end up buying something like this and one of your paints is a little dry, just try adding a little bit of water and swirling it around with your paintbrush. I treated these like watercolors for the most part without overly dampening my brush before using them, because they are a little more of an acrylic kind of thick base, but they can be manipulated with water like a watercolor can. So just as a little aside, I guess. I don't know when you might ever else need to know that, but. And then I forgot to mention, but I also got two of these are like the bats, but they're owls, and they have a little hat and bow tie, and I want to flank the two of them around these 2 lamps that I have in my family room, to kind of look like they're standing guard or something. I think that would be kind of cute. So, point is, I guess, that you can really get excited about doing these little things. They're fun date ideas. They're fun just for hanging out with friends or siblings, family. They're fun if you just want to have something to do with your hands while you're watching a movie or listening to an audiobook or music. I tend to like to be doing more than one thing at a time, so it's really helpful for me to have stuff like this to do and arrange and feel good and happy about. And that's the whole kind of point anyway, is just to look at it and smile and think about the fact that, you know, you helped make that. And even if it's dumb or silly or not the best, it's still an attempt at something that you did, and it's helping add to the character and the just comfort and happiness of your home at that moment. So I think that that's really special, and the fact that you can afford to do something like that from the dollar store is something that I think more people should really take advantage of. There's just so much negative and stressful stuff that goes on day to day, and also just in the larger meaning of time, I guess, and it can get really overwhelming. And I know what it's like to be struggling, you know, through college or sleeping away from home or being on your own. All of those things, you know, when you're creating a habitat for the first time for yourself, or maybe you've had one for a long time and it's just could use a little more holiday cheer and excitement. It's fun, it's easy, it brings a lot to that place that you're creating, and it helps you care and feel attached to positive things that help counteract all the focusing on the negative things. And if you come home to your dorm or your apartment or your house and it's just the same as it was yesterday, well, okay, you're probably not going to get very excited, other than to get into your usual routine and take off your pants and belt and socks and bra and get comfortable. When see dumb bats on your wall and a fun, like, spooky orange vibe, or whatever the mood is for the holiday, it's fun, and it gets your family excited, it gets the people that you live with excited, it gets your guests excited. It's just fun. So I definitely guarantee, even if you've never tried anything like this, even if you stink at arts and crafts, I mean, I was terrible when I started, and sometimes I still run into things that I don't have a skill set for, and I'm just as bad as the next person. But all of this is reminding me that I did also want to share with you one other project idea. So many years ago now, not many, but enough, 2012 or 13, I made a DIY project that I saw, I think, in a magazine, and I did it for my school's newspaper that I was writing for at the time. And I made like an article in this DIY project, and I've been seeing similar things on the internet now more and more, and I thought that there are cute ways to like kind of combine all of the different ideas that I've seen. So what I did, and I'll insert a picture because I know I have plenty, I made the word love, and I used pool noodles, coffee filters, and my hot glue gun, and and cardboard, which I got for free from the liquor store. So it was a very, very cheap project, and I just bought like a $1 foam pool noodle, and I cut it down the middle so that it was open, like two semicircles, two halves, and I cut it into the shape of the word love and put that onto cardboard backing. I used, I think, just hot glue to nail the pieces of tubing from the pool noodle onto the cardboard. And of course it was a little bit angular because you can't make really circular shapes out of the pool noodles, so I kind of just connected it with slightly angled pieces, but once you complete the next steps it doesn't really matter anyway. So then I just used the hot glue gun's hot tip to push in to the pool noodle, squeeze in some glue, and I took the bottom of one of the coffee filters and rolled it and stuck it in the hole for a few seconds until it was kind of hard to move, and then just fluff the coffee filter. So you can use more than one coffee filter per hole if I remember right, but now I've seen on the internet people are making like candy corn. They're dyeing the coffee filters, and I thought that would be cute though, because you can write like boo, or I mean, it's very time consuming, so unless you have a lot of helpers, I probably wouldn't write out like happy Halloween. But if you have a few people, that's totally feasible. If it's just you, I might just do something like boo and an exclamation point. And if you wanted to, you could make it a lot more festive by dyeing the coffee filters or spray painting them orange, black, green. You can make them the like ombre of a candy corn all together. I just think there's a lot of room to make some really cute stuff with that. So I might even this year do that again myself. Pool noodles are almost always for sale at the dollar store or other big box places, and since it's the end of the summer, you can often find them for really cheap all over the place. So yeah, it's a good time around like late August, early September to go hunt down those pool noodles before the season's up. So those are some just little cute crafts that I thought you guys might be interested in taking a peek at. There are a lot on the internet, and like I said, this jar idea was 100% not my idea. I saw it on a web article and just happened to purchase what worked for me to make a comparable sort of project. I last year did a haul video around autumn time, and I actually am thinking about painting that tombstone, the wooden one, as a video, because this haunted house took me a really long time, surprisingly long time, so I think it would be a good material for a video potentially. And I also really wanted to do a clothing video, like fall outfit ideas, because people seem to like my last haul and try on video, and I really enjoy fall fashion more than anything else. So I think it would be just a blast to do that. I'm definitely gonna have to wait till it cools down before I do that filming, because currently it's like about 98 degrees outside, but I think our air conditioner here is kind of on its last leg, because as it gets hotter throughout the day outside, it gets hotter throughout the day inside, and eventually the air conditioning is running all day long at like 72 degrees, but the house temperature is at like 80 and won't go below that. So for me, that's really hot, and I stay hot and get hot really easily. So I'm not gonna be trying on scarves and boots and jeans in this weather. No ma'am. Sorry. But that is something that's on my agenda for another kind of seasonal video. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe get inspired to do some of your own kinds of crafts and take a day where you just watch your favorite fall movies. Or during the autumn, I really like to listen to Arctic Monkeys and the Maccabees and All Shall Perish and Dead Poetic. A lot of bands exclusively remind me of the fall, so if you have a similar situation, you could make a mix and listen to music while you work on these crafts. You can do it in any state of mind. You can do it in any state of sobriety. It is fun. It's not that expensive, and it'll make your home feel more like a home. So I sincerely suggest it, and I hope that you have a good time. If you do have a little arts and crafts day, either by yourself or with someone, please tell me about it. It would make me so happy to hear about your own little stories and adventures. This is my favorite, absolute favorite thing in society, is these holidays. So share with me if you have something, a story or a tradition. I'm totally happy to hear. Okay, feels good to sit up. I am now going to work on something else, I guess. Get this edited, keep working on more content for you, and keep putting up my holiday decorations, I guess. I hope that you all are doing so well. I think about you guys all the time, and I can't believe how much we're growing, and it's so cool to me that we're all here together sharing nice memories and experiences. And yeah, we're approaching like I think 9,000 people. So to any of you who are here right now listening to this, hi, and thank you, and I'm happy that you're here. For both of us, it's just fun, and I'd love to hear from you too. So say hey, tell me about your fall traditions,